report on total sales for this promotion for the two Remy Halo SKUs, the LED and the H, for July and August. And we're going to pull this data from Trilogy. So from the main menu here, we're going to type in BCM, which stands for Branch Custom Menu. As you can see over here, there are 52 pages of different reports that you can run. Your selection is going to be a series of letters. In this case, we're going to run a BILL2 report. That's just about the only report I run in this. So you're going to type in the word bill and the number 2 all run together. I know it's not on this screen. It's down further because this goes in alphabetical order. But you can just type in BILL2 here and hit enter. Hit yes here. And this is going to ask you a lot of questions, so just take it one question at a time. You can only go back exactly 12 months from today in Trilogy. For this report, we're only pulling July and August. If at any time you make a mistake and you type something wrong in this process, it's going to take you back to the beginning, so just a heads up. So the beginning date would be 07/01/21. And the ending date, today is August 16th, so we'll put in yesterday. You can't put in today's date, it won't understand it. So we'll put in the 15th, 21, hit enter. Enter a warehouse, we're going to choose all warehouses. This is where you can either choose an individual customer or every customer. Will hit A for all customers. Do you want to include jobs? I always hit yes. We have customers that have job accounts. We want to make sure we include those. Do you want to list each job separately? No, I don't care about that. There's a lot of options here. Just hit N for none because we don't want to drill it down further. Would you like to show gross profit? No, don't care about that. Here's where you're going to have to be selective. So I could explain what all of these are, but I won't in this video. Because there's only 2 SKUs, it's also called an Alt1 code. We're going to choose A because we know the 2 codes we want to look up. And then do you want to display customer codes? No. This is where if a certain customer has their own part numbers that they use, and we can actually list their part numbers in our system that show up on their invoices, those are called fast codes. But we don't need to see those. There's nobody with fast codes on the Remy stuff. Okay, this screen you have to be very careful. There are 3 different options here. If you chose I, it would give you every single invoice with each customer's name, the date they bought it, how much they bought of each item, every single transaction. D is a detail of each product, and then S would be summarized by each code. D and S are typically the same. And if you were to choose a broader choice like line buyer discount group and you wanted to just see a summary of each code, you could choose S. But in this case, we'll just choose D to detail each product, and that will show you sales by customer by each SKU. Okay, and then this is asking, do you want to select stock, direct, or both? This means if a customer ordered it from our shelf, that would be stock. If we shipped it directly from the vendor, it would be direct. I don't know if we did any direct, so we're just going to hit B for both because in this case, it wouldn't matter how they purchased it. Now it's asking for the first Alt1 code. I'm going to flip my screen here, and if you've not learned how to do that, I can show you. I can have 2 screens open at one time. So I'm going to go into PI. I know the code starts with that. So I have an R Remy H and an R Remy LED. I'm going to flip back over here. R Remy H is my first code and hit enter. R Remy LED and hit enter. And that's it. Those are the only 2 I want to look up. If I'm done, I just hit enter. And print or download, of course, we always want to download. Now you have to name your file. You're always going to do C:, and then the front slash that is just below your backspace button. And then you're going to either put another folder name in here, or if you just want to download it to your C drive, as long as you know where you're putting it so you can find it. So I'm going to call this file Remy Joel Log, and then you have to end that file name with a .xls every time, and hit enter. It's going to search, and then a little gray box will pop up to show you that it's downloading. this invalid file path warning. Do I want to send it to C download? That's fine, yes. This window will pop up and now it's done. Hit enter to continue. So we have to remember we downloaded it to the C download. So go open your File Explorer, go to this PC, go to your C drive, and we're going to go to the download folder because that's where it wanted to put it. And you can see my report right here. Remy, Joel, August is right here. Double click on that. So depending on your level of Excel expertise, you will need to clean this up a bit. As you can see here, it's got the warehouse where it's shipped out of. All of this data is really irrelevant. So what you are interested in is right here, the customer and the TM, which SKU they bought, has a description, and the SKU again, the description again. I don't know why that does that. But if you want to delete some of these columns, you just come up here to the top of the column where it turns into a little black arrow and just highlight the columns you want to get rid of, right click, left click on delete. Be careful, it does have costing information in here. This is the average cost, extended average cost because they bought 2 of them, and then another column for bumped cost, extended bumped cost. You can delete all of the cost columns, 4 of them in total, right click, delete, and then we're left with extended amount. This is the column here that you want to pay the most attention to because this is total sales for each one of these customers. You'll notice obviously like AC Designs is listed twice because they bought some amount of both of them. So we can turn this into currency if we'd like to, so that you can see the dollar amount. And of course you can select everything, go up to data, and go to sort, and we can sort by extended amount, largest to smallest, and see that easily AC Designs purchased the most. So there's not a lot of data, so we don't really need to do a pivot table. I mean, you can see everything on one screen. So that should do it.